Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Dropping Down from the Rafters podcast here on Toned In Entertainment. Man, look at this panel. It is stacked of some of the best tag teams in all of Florida. I couldn't be more excited. Today's theme is top 10 tag teams of all time. And why not have some of the best talented tag teams in all of wrestling here on the show today to break down their list and give their opinion. So we'll start right next to me. We got Sam C from Rewind Society. How you doing, Sam C?
I am doing great.
Are you sure you're doing great?
Oh, come on.
It's only been 3 seconds and you're already getting booze. What's going on, Sam?
Damn it.
Sam C.
It's all good. Next to Sam C, we got from the Heavenly Butterflies, Tony Twist. How you doing, Tony?
Doesn't even know his right from his left.
Good. I'm happy to be here.
Well, on my when I look here, it's on my right, Mikey.
He was pointing at you. It was
Don't worry about it.
Next up for Rewind Society, we have VHS. How you doing, VHS?
What's cracking, Tony? How's everyone doing?
I think we're all doing good. We're all ready to rock. We're all ready to rumble here.
I'm cracking back.
All right.
Next up, of course, through the power of friendship, I've learned that everything is better together. We got Origold and Hadar Horvitz. How you guys doing?
How's it going, Tone?
I'm doing great in entertainment.
Tone by Entertainment is here in the house, and we're happy to have you guys here on the show.
We're happy to be here. Not happy
Let's have some fun. Let's fight Sam C. Let's fight Sam C.
Damn it.
I'm down. I'm better together on this one.
Sam C is.
Everybody is.
We got the power of the internet to hold these guys off on you tonight for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Damn it.
So up next, of course, the one, the only, the guy that chases me away when I try to get interviews with him from the Heavenly Butterflies, Fabu Andre. How you doing, Fabu?
I'm fabulous. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Is there any time that you're not fabulous?
I'm about to be asleep.
Okay. Fabu's ready to roll over to bed as soon as the podcast is over tonight.
Past his bedtime.
I need my beauty rest.
You do, and it takes a lot to stay that beautiful. We do know that.
You wouldn't know, but I know.
Exactly. 100%.
Ooh.
Shots fired. I thought we were all picking on Sam C tonight. What the heck?
Oh, we're just getting started.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Sam C.
Dang.
Sorry, Sam. I don't do
Sorry,
good
Sam. Come on, man.
with people coming after me. And then, well, hopefully not finally, but right now we've got half of Task Force, Mikey Spandex, in the house. How you doing, Mikey?
I'm doing fantastic, and Sam C sucks.
Yeah.
Jeez, man. My tag team partner, man.
Oh, you're cool, VHS, but Sam C sucks.
Appreciate it, man. But I'm sorry, man.
Are you guys gonna
Sorry, Sam. Come on, man.
Now, tonight's theme is the top 10 tag teams of all time. We've all got our own list. So I'm going to start with Mikey Spandex tonight. We're going to kick it off with Mikey Spandex. Who do you have as your top 10 tag team of all time, Mikey?
So I'm starting at number 10, correct?
That's correct.
So at least I feel like in my top 10, it's a curveball at number 10. I have the Motor City Machine Guns.
Okay.
Oh,
Same.
Do any of you other guys have the Motor City Machine Guns on your guys' list?
Myself.
I would say yes.
Oh.
Yeah, because I think during the TNA, when I was like first time watching it about like tag team by cruiserweights before Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin, they ruled it. And then when they formed, it's like unlikely. I thought it was like unlikely thing. It's like okay, it might be like a week or 2 weeks. It's be a thing. But when they form and do matches, okay, they're ruling tag teams.
They were killing it, and that he said everything I was gonna say. So he beat me to it on that one.
VHS definitely can drop the knowledge. He gets in his facts real quick.
Right?
I think Motor City Machine Guns are like, they stayed consistent on the level they performed for the past 15 years or so. So I don't have them on my top 10. I do have them on my honorable mentions, but they're amazing, and they definitely visited tag wrestling how it looks like. So I think they're amazing.
And that was a big thing for me too. Is I feel like they changed the pace of tag team wrestling a lot. It's weird to say that they brought speed into it. Like when you consider fast-paced match, you'd think Motor City Machine Guns.
Absolutely, great choice to kick us off. Fabu, who do you have at your number 10 spot?
Beer Money Inc.
Nice.
Nice. Oh, okay. Oh, all right.
That is good.
Underrated.
Bravo.
Did anybody else have Beer Money? Because everybody seems
I
surprised
had
and
one of
forgot
my
about
honorable
that.
mentions, and I wanted to
I
say
had
I was
one.
going to be smart and bring them out, but that got me.
Nope, I don't even have them on my top 10.
What makes
fantastic? And even when they broke up and the stuff they did after that too.
That's a great man. Actually.
Damn, that's a really good one.
good pick, Fabu? Ori, who do you have at your number 10?
So I didn't do like top 10. I just like named the top greatest tag teams. So
Okay.
I'll do go back old school, and I'll do Rock and Roll Express.
Okay.
Man, shame
All right.
on you.
Yeah,
Very
they're not
good.
my number 10. They're at my top of the list.
Yeah.
But I
But
think-
Ori's is in no particular order.
yes. Yes. I
Right.
think Rock and Roll Express are probably the best babyface tag team ever,
Mm-hmm.
and their
Yeah.
energy and the way the crowd reacted to everything they did is unbelievable.
For
Yeah, the
sure.
Rock and Roll Express for me was in my writing down when I was doing my list. They were in there, but they didn't make my top 10 list. But definitely, they're up for consideration when you talk about some of the greatest tag teams of all time.
Yeah.
Hadar,
Yes.
number 10.
I have a confession minus any order.
It's all good.
Yeah.
But since they were all named already, I'll say something different and go with Edge and Christian.
Really?
Okay.
I had to remember that it wasn't top 9. I was like, man, that's like a top 5 team for some people. But okay.
Yeah. All right.
They're not on my list actually.
They're not on your list, Mikey.
No.
Wow, that's
I feel the only reason I wouldn't put them on my list personally is because I feel like their branching out into their singles careers overshadowed their tag team career.
Really?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Their singles run to me, granted, don't get me wrong, incredible tag team run. Their singles run is better. So I think when I think of their career, I think of their singles runs.
I think just your last name, Tone, they just brought the entertainment value to tag team wrestling.
Yes, they did. Huge
Big
entertainment
Big
value.
jump.
yeah. I love, I'm a huge guy that loves wrestling, but I love entertainment, and the flash photography thing just always, made me happy when I saw that. And it's hard, all you guys are, great tag team wrestlers. And for guys to branch out to be singles wrestlers, I mean, there's very few, I guess, like in the big leagues, right, that can actually perform. If you put Demolition maybe separately or something like that, does it really work? Maybe in their own gimmick or something, but it's hard. Who do we lose here? We lost
Tony.
Tony. We lost Tony.
Tony's gone.
Tony's got. No,
No,
he's
yeah.
back. He's back.
Guess
Tony's
what?
back.
Tony's back.
There he
Tony's
is.
back.
There he is.
All right. Well, he's
Almost
coming
lost.
in. He's slowly loading. So let's go to Sam C then. Who do you have on your number 10?
Oh, come on, guys.
Honestly, I would probably say Paul London and Brian Kendrick.
Choice.
Okay.
That's a good choice.
Only because I grew up. I wouldn't say grew up, but that was like my go-to people. by watching tag teaming. Like, I honestly think their tag team career was way better than their single career.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Did any of you guys have the same team on any of your guys' list?
I have them written down.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Okay, so VHS, why did they make your list? And what number?
It was the same thing with Sam C has. Jeez, it was on 10.
Okay, so okay,
Damn
You
it.
guys are such good friends.
yeah, exactly. You guys are reading each other's thoughts.
Clicked. But I think it's because around they've been in like matches more base. I like them, but I don't see it as more as like entertainment. Like they have like story behind it. Even though they have with Eminem with rivalry, that's one of my favorite rivalries with Londrick. It was a good build up, especially in for Armageddon, where I think the Fatal 4-Way. Yeah, when they won the tag team champions, that was a great build up. It was a big, huge victory because they've been battling each other for a while. But it's more like even though their tag team, their character is not really up to me. There's before when the Brian Kendrick, they have like building up stories and characters and whatnot. But that was my opinion. But for tag team, they set the record up. It's just like with Motor Machine Guns with TNA. Before that, Logic set up the speed in matches as tag team.
Yeah, definitely two very talented dudes. They didn't make my list, but they're definitely in the topic always as some of the greatest tag team work of all time. Tony Twist, you're here with us. Who do you have on your list at number 10?
Welcome back.
At number 10, for the same reason as the Motor City Machine Guns, I have Seidel and Ricochet when they were the New Japan IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Champs.
Okay.
Because they both pioneered the style a lot of people wrestle.
That's a good one. That's a good one, Mr. Tony Twist.
That's true.
Okay. Now, for me, for my number 10, I have Dr. Death Steve Williams and Bam Bam Terry Gordy. I mean, I grew up as a huge Dr. Death Steve Williams fan and a Freebirds fan, too. So when those two guys came together as just two, like, pound-for-pound bruisers that could just literally go in there and just beat the crap out of anybody, that just gives them a spot on my list as, just being the powerhouses of a tag team, and that's why they made my top 10 list.
Okay. They're monsters. They're monsters.
Monsters,
I mean,
right?
they're on mine. They rule.
You're on yours, too?
Yeah, they rule.
Okay, what
Yeah,
number?
I got number 4.
Number 4, all the way up to number 4. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Were they on anybody else's list? No, just me and Tony Twist. All right.
The Tonys, they think
The Tonys, you're right. We're on the same wavelength tonight. All right, let's start around again, and we'll go to Mikey Spandex for number 9.
So number 9 is technically not a tag team. I did this one because I just thought it would be a fun pick. So I put Kane, just Kane.
Just Kane.
He had like 7 tag team partners, and he's won tag titles with almost all of them, I'm pretty sure.
And all the teams ruled.
And every single team he was on was awesome. And it was just entertaining. Like him and Daniel Bryan for Team Hell No was, I thought was going to be horrible, but then I ended up falling in love with it. Kane and Hurricane was amazing. Kane and RVD was incredible. Like you can't name a tag team that he was a part of that was bad.
Kane and X-Pac.
Yeah.
Kane and Taker.
Yeah.
You can't name a bad tag team that he was a part of. So that's why I just put Kane.
Yeah.
I love that. And it's so weird that he could just be thrown with any of those guys with all different skill sets and still
somehow create some kind of chemistry.
Right. Because like when he got together with The Undertaker, obviously Brothers of Destruction, like that just seemed like a kind of like a natural fit. Like, oh shit, look at these guys. But Kane and X-Pac was like so bizarre, and yet it still works.
Right.
Okay. Does anybody else have Kane and anybody else on their list?
I would say Kane and Daniel Bryan.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I'll say Kane and Big Show for my top 5.
Kane and the Big Show.
I forgot they were tag champs at one point.
Okay.
I forgot about that one too.
Yeah.
Was it Hadar? Did you say you had Kane and somebody?
Yeah, I was planning on saying Team Hell No because I thought that was one of the best things of that whole era. Honestly, that was cracking me up as a kid. When they brought Dr. Shelby a couple years ago, I was marking.
Oh my god!
Yes, yes.
So dumb, but it was so funny.
Okay,
The diner scene, like that was fantastic.
Oh, with Mae Young,
Yes.
Yes.
I'll have whatever they're having.
VHS, you said you had Kane and somebody as well too.
Yeah, for number 9 actually.
Okay, it was Kane.
Yeah, it's but Kane and Daniel Bryan, even though it's short lived, but the way they build it up and the way they actually, it's almost like an odd couple. And even before they even have that the Dr. Shelby thing, they were hyping up a little bit more the rivalry. Then they clicked together, and it really elevated Daniel Bryan as a singles man as well. So Kane actually helped Daniel Bryan as a way.
So Kane as a tag team. Great pick, Mikey Spandex, to get us to all these conversation pieces of all the great stuff Kane did for the tag team wrestling world. It's kind of crazy. Like, I think you don't really think of Kane as a tag team wrestler. Then you mention all 12 tag teams he's with. You're like, shit, he did some really great work. All right. Well, we got VHS's number 9. Hadar, your next team.
I was planning on saying Team Hell No. That's what I was saying.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. I had a whole speech. Spandex
okay.
For me.
So we got that in. Fabu, you're up next.
My number 9 is the 2-man power trip, Stone Cold Steve Austin and Triple H.
Ooh.
Good one.
Oh, man.
Very good.
They held all the
They did.
If only Triple H didn't injured at that time. If only.
What was it, Fabu, that really made them stand out for you?
I hated them.
You hated them? Okay.
That is the most perfect reason you can make. That was the most perfect.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see them I wanted to see them every week so I could see them get their ass kicked.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Ori, what do you have for us?
Again, this is in no particular order. I have the Brainbusters, Arn and Tully. I think, like the Rock and Roll Express, I said, one of the best heel tag teams ever. And their way of cutting the ring in half and being able to connect with the crowd, and they knew their role basically as bad guys. I think that's amazing.
See, for me, I have Arn and Tully at number 4, and I go more before their work in the WWE. Like, I was a huge fan of their work in NWA and WCW as Arn and Tully more than the Brainbusters, but not to diminish their work in WWF at the time. Yeah. But Arn and Tully, again, my number 4 team on my list. Did anybody else have Arn and Tully on your guys' list?
Yep.
I do not.
No? Hadar, what made Arn and Tully so special?
Just pioneers of, like, I think tag team wrestling as we know it today. Them in the Rock and Roll. It's basically, I think you can look at everyone's matches in this group, and they're like all pretty much structured around the frame that they created.
I was gonna say, do you guys Better Together? Do you guys take any influences?
Hell yeah! Go back and watch them because you'll see where we take them all from.
Yeah, I cannot confirm or deny these allegations. And we're not going
or he's not trying to give away any royalties.
Gonna get an email from Arn in 20 minutes.
Yes, exactly. I saw you were taking my move. Don't ever do a spine buster. Then.
If they ever get mad at us, that'll be the biggest compliment.
That would be awesome, right? Like, Arn is mad at me. Yes, definitely winning. Sam C, what do you have for us?
Number 9. It's hard to choose, but I'm actually going to say The Rocker for number 9.
So Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty.
Yes.
I have them at 9 also.
So, okay, so they're your 9 as well, Tony.
Ever since me and VSS tag team, till this day, I still study and watch their matches.
Yeah.
It's just, they're probably the top babyface to study and watch and to learn from. So besides Shawn Michaels Turner and Marty Jannetty.
VHS, when are you gonna take Sam C to the barber shop? That's I think the question.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do it. We're all waiting for it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he likes his hair. He likes his hair, but I don't know about to cut it. No. Damn it.
He didn't get it. He didn't get it.
I don't think he got the joke.
Yeah, he didn't get the joke. He didn't get the joke.
I don't think he did.
I get it.
Tony, you said you had the Rockers
I
number
have the
9 on
Rockers
your
at
list.
9 also. Yeah.
What made them make your list?
They're just the next continuation of the rock and roll to me. Like they're a little more younger, they're a little more high flying, but they were the upbeat, fast paced babyface team, especially when they went to the WWF and everybody was gigantic.
Right. They kind of like broke the mold of what was going on, I think, at the time, maybe.
Yeah, they were much more like junior size or regular size instead of gigantic.
Right.
I have Rockers as well on my list.
Yeah.
Okay. What made them on your list, Ori?
Like what Tony said, like their size, their movement, they were very out there. They were very colorful. They brought like something you didn't see at that period of time yet, and I think they just broke the mold of what the era should look like, basically.
I remember watching them come out live, and they got such a huge ovation. You know, like the pop was insane. Like for them, you know, when the first beat of their music would hit, and like Hadar's over there behind a brick wall right now. I love it.
Hey, there you go. You got your own background.
Hey. But yeah, they definitely brought a lot of something new to the WWF, I think, at that time, and you know, kind of blended the way for some tag teams to come after them. Number 9 on my list is actually, you know, I love entertainment value, and I had so much fun with the Rock and Sock connection with Rock and Mankind together. On paper, again, not the most conventional tag team ever, but the entertainment value that we got through the Rock and Mick Foley together, I think, just makes them deserve a spot on my list. Did any of you guys have Rock and Sock connection on your guys' list?
Did not.
No, nobody. Okay, I stand solo on that one. It's all good. All right, let's go to number 8 with Mikey Spandex.
All right, at number 8, I have D-Generation X. Basically for the same reasons you had for Rock and Sock Connection.
Okay, the entertainment value.
Yeah, entertainment value, great matches. I mean, just we're able to adjust generation to generation on top of that. And then, I mean, obviously they're running the company now. So, I mean, can't really,
So you're talking
say anything bad about them.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Ori?
You're talking about Triple H and Sean?
Yes,
of
Triple
DX?
H and Sean.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were my number 8.
Who's number 8? Faboose?
Yeah.
Okay. So what makes DX on your list, Fabu? What is it that stood out to them?
Coming back into WWE as I was growing up, like they were showing the vignettes and everything, and they had the feud with Vince. So that was a lot of my childhood, and I didn't even know who they were when they came back. So once I found out who they were, it made me do research and find out more about them.
Okay.
They're just a tag team I heavily remember growing up.
D-Generation X on anybody else's list up here?
Number 3.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Number 3 for Sam C.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what number for you, VHS?
I have him on 6.
Number 6. Okay. Let me ask Sam C first. What made it DX so special to you to have them at your number 3?
They just don't give a crap about nothing. Like, seriously, like they don't care about who you are, what you are. It was just all about R-rated stuff. So yeah, I was just down for it.
It was such a great time. Like, it was such a renegade era in wrestling where that stuff, you know, doesn't work today. I don't know if it does, but it worked so well in that late 90s time, that's for sure. And VHS, what about you?
Yeah, I have a number 6 around it because they break the mold. The WCW invasion, the way that you try to cross the line to see, especially in the night, that was the perfect time where you could just don't give a crap, where you just like South Park type of jokes. It's like you remember, it's like you laughing at those jokes, the antics, the way that it's like things that you cannot put it on TV, like from Jerry Springer stuff. It works. It was the perfect time they do that type of character, and it works.
Yeah, 100%. Hadar, who do you have next on your list?
So actually, I did not have Triple H and Shawn Michaels DX written down, but again, in no particular order, I did have the New Age Outlaws written down on my list. I think it's even hard for me to like consider Triple H and Shawn Michaels like a tag team because they're
almost just two top singles guys.
They're just like they're too big.
They won the titles a couple times
in a good way.
Did they?
Yeah.
Not in the first run though. It had to be the second run.
First run. First run was
I didn't
definitely
write
two
down
singles.
The Rock and the Rock and
Big Show and Jericho form.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was actually talking to my wife we were talking about promos and stuff and things that are memorable, and I brought up actually the New Age Outlaws, when they would get into the ring, and everybody would just go, the tag team champions of the world, it's like little things, you don't always have to do it, with the ability in the ring. Sometimes your mic work and your promo work can be so great that's what kind of stands the test of time. And again, New Age Outlaws, of course, Billy Gunn's still doing amazing things, and as a tag team, of course, super entertaining, but also the promo work and everything. I think definitely they're always in talks as being a top tag team of all time for sure.
Oh, for sure.
VHS, what do you got for us next?
For next would be the Young Bucks. Now, I would say love them or hate them around that. Those times they innovated as well, and they're really hustlers when it comes to marketing around it, from matches to T-shirts to bring up lines they put on T-shirts, and they may outsell them a lot. And every time they put like a move, like from super kicks to flips, they always think of something that wrestlers don't think of as tag teams and make it work. From going up the top rope, from springboards to ladders. Sometimes like. Does that even work? And then boom, Meltzer driver out for the springboard and hit him to the floor. And like it or not, they really innovate their own tag team division on those times.
Does anybody else have the Young Bucks on their list?
Yeah, I got them at 6.
Yep.
Okay, Tony, you have them at number 6. What makes them your number 6 pick, Tony?
They were pretty much the spearhead of like the peak of the indie business a few years ago before COVID. I mean, they're one of the top draws in the tag teams of like the last 15 years. They've been champions in ROH, New Japan, AAA, and then they, cornerstone of all elite wrestling. So they've been influential and important in the business for at least the last 10 years. Whether you don't like them or not.
Well, yeah, whether you don't like them or not, you have to respect like the work that they put in. And I mean, I guess they showed maybe a lot of people. I mean, I'm not an expert on this, that you can make a living on the indies, because I think they were making a killing on the indies, if I'm not wrong.
They were making a lot. They were making a lot of merch.
They were.
They had like their own line of merch selling at Hot Topic and stuff. Like before he ever signed. I think that was like unprecedented.
Okay. So Young Bucks coming on the list for 2 of you guys then.
Yeah, me too. I think building off of what Tony said, it's kind of like what Rock and Roll and then the Rockers build off of that. They are like
the Young Bucks,
the newest tier of that list of involvement. They are like everyone's trying to be the Young Bucks nowadays. So they obviously did something right.
Do you think the Young Bucks, obviously when AEW first started, a lot of people were introduced to a lot of these teams, that weren't watching maybe the indies. So do you guys think that a lot of people are doing the flips and stuff, and because the Young Bucks did it, even though the Young Bucks maybe did it better than
trying to be like them, but there's only one Young Bucks. They did something very special with the way that they work and their style, and it's probably gonna stay around the business of tag team wrestling for a long, long, long time before their style dies down or moves on.
A lot of people want to do that right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot.
Okay. A lot of people. You see it a lot when you shouldn't, maybe sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay. I believe so. We hit VHS, right? So I think Fabu is up next.
For number
8?
Yeah. Didn't I?
You had DX, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you had DX. Okay. So then we're on to Ori then for your next pick.
It's me. Okay. I'm gonna stay old school and I'm gonna go with Midnight Express.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. I think their heel work and with Jim Cornette and being able to make a mockery out of themselves and the look, and they just basically, I don't want to say created tag team wrestling with the Rock and Roll Express, but their matches are just amazing and you can learn so much out of it.
Okay. Ori, Midnight Express is my number 2 tag team of all time.
Yeah.
I have a huge love for especially Stan Lane and Beautiful Bobby Eaton.
Yes.
That particular Midnight Express is what I grew up on.
Yep.
And of course, with Jim Cornette out there as their manager at the time, he was the perfect manager for those guys, I thought. And from their, the scaffold matches and just their amazing tag team work, even their entrance music, which I know FTR kind of samples now, but like the Midnight Express is like almost my ideal of like what a perfect tag team was, just such great chemistry, beautiful Bobby Eaton, Sweet Stan Lane, Jim Cornette, the full package there. So yeah, they make my number 2 list. Do any of you guys have Midnight Express on your list?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay, Hadar, what you got? Why is Midnight Express on your list?
You just said it all. You summed it up beautifully. I have nothing to add.
Okay.
They're the full package as a tag team. They are the perfect tag team. So that's all I have to say.
All right. The sexiest man on earth is in here right now, Eddie Valentine. It says the Midnight Express.
Hold on. I said my list has no particular order.
Oh, it is no particular order. That's right.
Yeah. Trust me, they're not my number 8, Eddie.
Rewind 89 says maybe the Young Bucks were cool, but the king of indie wrestling is Mr. Styles. Yes, I'm a huge fan of Stan Styles. Stan, we'll be back on the channel eventually. Rewind 89. Hold on. DMC is here, ladies and gentlemen. The party has officially started now. The DMC is here from Task Force.
I knew y'all were going to wait. I knew y'all were going to be late, so I waited anyway. So let's go.
You're sideways.
What?
You're sideways.
Yeah, you got the Scott Hall camera.
Now you're sideways the other way.
Oh, now you're side. Oh.
Oh.
Stop turning.
It turned.
Right there. Stare at that.
Hey, there you go. Nope. There you go.
That's why we jump on at 7:50. That's okay. DMC is taking us on a roller coaster right now, and it's all good. We're all along for the ride right now.
I'm watching badminton.
You're heavily invested in the Olympics right now.
He's watching badminton.
He's watching.
I think it's an Olympic sport.
Yeah, that is. It's South Korea versus China. They're going at it right now.
I don't know if we're legally allowed to say play-by-play what's going on in the Olympics.
I'm not saying it. I just always I imagine it almost like a game of like risk. But like I always think like, oh man, if they lose, then they're like prisoners of war and they're gonna like take their family, so they like got a lot on the line. So it makes it more worthwhile. It's just my imagination.
It is.
Olympics more.
Mikey, what are your thoughts on that?
I got nothing.
Doesn't that make it more interesting now? If you think, oh shit, their family died, they're really like playing, like if they're putting it on the line. So it makes simple matches like badminton more interesting, you know?
Even badminton is a professional wrestling storyline at this moment.
Storyline, yeah.
Yes.
It is a story when you think about it.
Well, where we are now, I think we're on our number 8 countdown here. We hit Ori, so I think Sam C would be up next.
Oh, I gotta get on. Wait, hold on. Well, if everybody's already gone, then you already know what Sam's list is.
Dang.
Honestly, I'll say only by character and by.
Everybody loves Sammy.
What you got for us, Sam C?
ahead, Sam.
You might not agree, but I will probably say Chuck and Billy.
Oh,
Chuck and Billy.
And
the crowd is stunned right now.
Only because, all right, so only because character-wise,
You're an
like
accepting.
it fit so well for them, especially when they added Rico along. It was just awesome. Especially when they had that wedding and they had Eric Bischoff playing that the weird mask, and yeah, it was just amazing.
Does anybody else have Billy and Chuck on their list? No, I didn't think so. Okay, all right. Well, let's get caught
Underrated,
up.
but yeah.
I got him in a good tag team of all time, but not the top 10.
Okay. Well, let's get DMC caught up. We are on number 8, so I'm sure if we mentioned some of your teams, but can you give us your 10, 9, and 8 DMC?
10, 9, and 8. All right. Well, let's see. Well, does it matter what era, or are we just going any time?
We're just going for it.
All right. Well, then, number 10, coming out of the whopping 10, we got the Fabulous Freebirds. I don't know which way you want to put them out. But
Wow.
Any of them.
10.
All right.
Yep. Any combination.
Okay.
Of them is 10.
That's
for
my
me.
number 5.
You got the Freebirds at 5.
Okay. So here, I'm all right. I knew a lot of people were gonna put them up, but I was like, all right, cool. They're great, stable, but like tag team though, like
They were better as a triple,
like of
like
the
a trios.
other Freebirds. Like, what was the tag? Like, who's a 2 main? You know what I mean? Like, there's no main 2. They just use like the main
It's
3.
the rule that was created because.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So that's why I was like, I went with in keeping of the traditional tag team fashion.
Yeah, for me, it
Make
was just the legacy pick. Like, that's why.
Yeah. Like, if I
More
would have
than
said 4 Horsemen,
I
but
agree.
was
No,
talking-
I'm
but I was
agreeing
being,
with
like,
your point.
Bully,
Mine
Bully,
was
and Arn.
the reason
Like, if
why
I
they
would say
were
Four
5 is the
Horsemen.
legacy.
That's fair. But yeah, that's my 10. Fabulous Freebirds. And then, I don't know why, but this is personal. But for me, number 9 is the Fabulous Rougeaus, bro. They were the greatest. I don't know, the French Canadians when they were in WCW. I guess probably, or the French. It's probably because I'm watching it right now. But the French Canadians. But yes, they were an awesome, great heel jobber tag team that just like every time and it was great because like they knew how to get heat. Like the best way they got heat was like they would always come out there, they'll sing "Oh Canada," and they were like PCO was actually Canadian, but he would butcher the Canadian anthem. And then they had Colonel Robert Parker dressed in like some Civil War Southern
That's
general,
true.
but he was
Yeah.
running around with them. It was great. Like it was the most chaotic nonsense. And again, I'm in the middle of a 96, 97 Nitro binge, so that's all of this is influenced right now on that. So, but yeah, so 8, 9, 8.
Yeah, go ahead.
8. I have rated RKO for 8.
Okay.
All right.
Rated RKO.
Now, DMC, you mentioned number 10, and I didn't have the Freebirds on my top 10 list, but I did have Bam Bam Terry Gordy and Dr. Death Steve Williams. So did Tony as well, too. An offshoot of the Freebirds, but just 2 bruisers coming together and beating the crap out of each other. So I kind of have a Freebird on my
much
list.
higher up in my list. We can talk about
okay. Well,
shit out of people. Yeah, it definitely goes up there for me.
Okay, so what we're kind of doing is if we mention a team, then we say, okay, yeah, they're also on my list. So what number are they on your list, DMC?
For who?
You said Dr. Death and Bam Bam Terry Gordy are also higher on your list?
That's why I kind of lumped them all into that.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay. So I think we're back around. So Mikey Spandex at number 7.
You can skip me at number 7. I had New Age Outlaws.
Okay. Let's go to Tony Twist at number 7.
7.
I got Dr. Tom and Gigolo Jimmy Del Rey of the Heavenly Bodies.
Heavenly Bodies.
Okay. What puts them on your list, Tony?
They're, I think, a great classic Southern tag team. They're the next step of the Midnight Express, kind of. They're different, but they're the next team that Jim Cornette had. They're similar. They both work that way.
Okay. And do you take any kind of influences from them other than Heavenly? No.
No, we didn't even get that from them.
No.
Zero influence whatsoever.
Okay. Okay, let's go to Hadar.
You can skip me. I think it's one of the people we've already said. Yeah.
Okay. VHS, your next name?
For 7, I would say Los Guerreros, Eddie and Chavo.
Okay.
Such a good choice.
Yeah. Ever since like from 2002, it's like for uncle and nephew. And I know they kind of bond with them on WCW when they used to have a rivalry, but Eddie Guerrero's my favorite wrestler on the shirt. Love that part. And before he turned crazy as well as a gimmick. But between 2002 and 2003, around it, and when I see the vignettes, especially when they have promos where they have mess around people in golfs, going to their pool parties, you want to see stuff like that. It's like you see they want to lie, cheat, and steal. They make it almost like a babyface wise, even though they're doing heel stuff, and you want to cheer them. And it obviously elevates Eddie's career to the point that he's a single star. Chavo has his own good cruiserweight line as well. So for Eddie Chavo, is one of the most entertaining. And it actually got me watching wrestling. And I think around 2004. Yeah, 2004. And it got me watching SmackDown because of that tag team.
So it's like when one tag team can just bring you into a whole company. That's a pretty big deal.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Did anybody else have Los Guerreros? Nope. But a good pick, though, VHS. I like it. Fabu, what do you got?
The Gangsters.
Ooh.
Fabu, you're crazy. I love you.
Fabu is kind of gangster right now, to be honest.
Gangsters.
They did something different. They went into Smoky Mountain and they made controversy.
Mm-hmm.
They made a name for themselves. And they did in ECW. And people still talk about New Jack.
Yep.
So,
Yes. He will
We're
forever be
talking about him
talked about.
Saturday.
You.
All right.
That was my number 5.
Who's number 5? DMC's?
Yep.
DMC's number 5 was the Gangsters as well, too. What was it about the Gangsters, DMC?
That was everything. New Jack, their whole storyline, and then even the unknown turn that they had with when Mustafa and him split up towards the end of ECW run. That was just beautiful storytelling because that was just no one ever saw that coming. Yeah, that was for sure. Yeah, that was a toss up between my dad and another team, but yeah, for sure that was my 5.
Okay. Rewind 89 says, going back to yours, Tony Twist, they are heavily, Mr. Twist agrees with you. Mr. Twist, he agrees with you, Tony. He also says the Gangsters should be in like top 3. They were your number 4, DMC, right?
5.
Oh, number 5. Okay.
Close.
And of course, the sexiest man on the planet, Eddie Valentine, says New Jack. Hell yes.
New Jack.
it's 2 less
Rest in peace.
you got to worry about.
2 less you got to worry about.
Okay. Ori, what do you have?
I'm
Dog,
gonna
I talked
bring
to you the
up
other day on the phone.
the Hardy Boys.
The Hardy Boys at number. Okay, you're next.
You
have no particular order. Yes.
I'm just saying my top 10 ever. So
messing up your whole concept, Tone.
I know. I'm sorry. In entertainment. But,
Aren't you doing that too, Hadar?
Huh?
Aren't you doing that too?
Yeah, both of them.
Better together.
I wouldn't expect them not to do anything together. Come on, Mikey.
So yeah, Matt and Jeff again brought a lot of color to the Tugs division, and they innovated the style, of course, with Edge and Christian and the Dudleys, and basically they were different. Of course, their singles career is also really good. Jeff went to do his stuff, and Matt, I think, like in the past couple of years, people have started realizing how good he is as a singles, not just as Matt and Jeff, but I think together they're like iconic.
Better?
And they're better, yeah.
Better what?
Better.
Dumbass.
Better what?
Together.
Together.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I'm sure other people probably have the Hardy Boys on their list as well, too, right?
Yeah.
Number 6.
Okay. Number 6. Okay, what makes them number 6, Mikey?
Just basically what Ori said, and a lot of it is like basically a lot of this top 10 is a lot of stuff that just influences myself as far as what I want to do in a tag team and stuff like that. And I wouldn't want to do dumb shit if it wasn't for the Hardys. So
Jump off the cage, kid.
and coast to coast.
Yes, he did. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least I got to witness the jumping off the cage. That was pretty freaking awesome, Mikey. I do appreciate that. What goes through your mind once you leap off the steel cage?
Honestly, it goes blank in the air. It, like, climbing up is the scary part, thinking, and then once I was up there, I was like, "There's only one way down." So, yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell you what it feels like on the bottom end of it. The thighs over there.
Yeah.
Dang.
Okay, so you have to be the cushion down there.
Ugh.
You're taking the brunt of. So, is it more painful, DMC, to receive the splash?
What's the point of having cushion and spring underneath the ring?
Yeah. Because I felt
bodies underneath.
So you felt good, Mikey, and DMC. It was not very pleasant then.
Yeah, I don't even know why he jumped in. That's another thing, but yes.
That's a whole nother story for another time.
right.
Whole nother episode.
Yes. All right. Sam C, what do you got?
I'll say Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero.
Okay.
Only because till this day, I love watching them compete against each other and teaming with each other. It was just,
oh hell yeah, Korea won. Oh, sorry. I was hoping China lost that one, dog. Ooh, that was a rough one. It's good for the economy. All right, sorry, Sam.
Damn.
Sorry, Sam.
Poor Sam.
Sorry.
I got you, Sam. I got you.
My number 8 was, I kind of forgot to say, but it was already somebody we talked about, which was Edge and Christian, obviously. On my number 7 list, and I'm sure as we get lower on the list or higher on the list, however you look at it, we're gonna see some of the same teams. I have Harlem Heat at number 7 on my list, just because of like Booker T and Stevie Ray and what they did in WCW, and they really just made such a mark in that era where maybe a lot of cool stuff wasn't going on in WCW at the time, but Harlem Heat definitely represented. It was a force to be reckoned with when WCW was kind of bare bones at the time, and they definitely made their mark there.
And they had Sherry too.
They did, and Colonel Parker
bad
too.
Team had Sensational Sherry in the corner.
Right, exactly.
Oh yeah.
But I had them at 6, so there you go. That's my 6.
Yeah,
I have it on 5.
Harlem Heat.
I have it on 5.
Okay, and Fabu, you have them as well?
Oh yeah.
What number were they on your list, Fabu? Number 5. So VHS and Fabu both 5. Hadar has them as well too. No particular order. Oh, okay.
I was doing the 5 times.
Oh, he was just doing the 5 times.
They had 5 for sure. Yeah, 5 times.
Fabu, what was it about Harlem Heat that stood out to you?
They were both massive guys. They were both very athletic. And like you said, they stood out in WCW. And then I didn't get to see so much of Stevie Ray when I was growing up, but I saw a lot of Booker T, and I loved what he did. So,
okay, so you kind of only saw Stevie Ray when he was kind of stuck in the NWOB team or something like that, which we try to forget happened.
Mostly in, yeah.
Yeah.
But Booker T was the one that I really that made me go back and look at all their stuff.
Okay. And VHS, you also had them at number 5.
Yeah, I do. They're, even though I don't think they give us much credit as they should have, even though they were the most dominating tag team back in WCW. More tag team champions than most dominating force in the matches and whatnot from their size and from different tag teams. They keep grabbing the gold each time. And I see them as like almost an inspiration for one of my, every time I go with my tag teams. So especially with Sammy C.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm starting to lose track, but I think we're on number 6, Mikey.
I'm curious, going back to Edge, did anyone write down Edge and Rey Mysterio?
Okay. Did anybody have Edge and Rey Mysterio? Hadar, did you have Edge and Rey Mysterio?
I wrote them down in my honorable mentions, but not on my top 10.
Yeah.
You have Edge twice?
Yeah, I have Edge on there twice. So
okay.
I said rated RKO earlier, and then I got ENC on here as well.
Okay.
Yeah. But so Edge and Christian, so basically Edge and Christian, the Hardys, and then obviously the other tag team is tied for number 3.
Okay, so you got a 3-way tie with the other tag team, which
We haven't.
Go
said
for
We
it.
haven't said yet, but yeah, everybody.
I
knows
have
who
them
that
as
is.
well. I have them as well on my
I'm
list.
sure everyone has them as well. Yeah.
okay. So should we just say Dudley Boys then?
Sure,
and
go ahead. That's
let's
my
just
number
go
two.
for
Jump
it.
like 3 spots.
What?
Right.
Dudley Boys are on the
Somebody got him
top
at
10. What?
Well, I'm gonna say that better together. We're going in no particular order. I'm gonna take
No,
their
we're going to
influence
vote.
here with
that
good.
point. All right.
Might as
so-
well.
it, right? Go ahead, Mikey.
Okay, so Dudleys are my number one.
Oh shit! Okay.
Oh,
I
okay.
literally grew up watching the Dudley Boys. Like they are the reason I like tag team wrestling from the start. So period, point blank. Didn't care for tag team. Saw the Dudley Boys, fell in love with tag team. They are the reason I love tag team wrestling. So that is, and to have worked with Devon on top of it was like icing on the cake for my life. So like Dudleys are my number one team of all time.
Okay. I've spoken to some people that have worked with Devon. What's it like working with Devon, Mikey?
He is a very nice guy. And he can be easy to work with, but it's just a matter of he has his way and he knows his way and he knows what he's doing. And if you try to step anywhere outside of the way he likes it, get ready to get yelled at in some way, shape, or form. He's usually right, and he's usually right.
Yeah, DFC, do you have anything to add to that? Because you're
I don't
shaking
know.
your head
Sam
a lot.
probably could. Sam can say something. Sam, you want to talk about that? You want to talk about it? No, Sam. Probably Sam could.
Actually, I think we do. I kind of want to know. Sam, do you have anything to
Sam
say?
can talk about it. Sam probably don't even remember.
Why am I sweating?
No. Okay.
Hey.
What is going
Okay.
on?
Number 6.
Okay.
What was the awkward silence? What's going on?
I'm so confused.
I don't think Sam heard him.
Tony's buffering right now.
Yeah, he's twisting.
Oh,
over
okay.
there.
No,
Yeah, that sound just broke. Bam.
Okay, so Dudley Boys. Fabo, did you have Dudley Boys on your list?
Nope.
No. VHS.
Oh, not on
I have number 2.
You have them at number 2. Okay, why do they make your list at number 2, VHS?
I would say ever since the promos and their destruction in ECW with it as a heel team, the way they did a 3D and Bill McGillicuddy, it's like I was shocked. It was like, what? Why? Also, the Heat Wave incident. They almost made a riot. Bubba Ray almost made a riot when he made that promo, especially when he come in front of the crowd. They were about to fight him. But they paved the way from hardcore to promos everywhere. They have all the tag goals from almost every promotion.
They certainly did. The Dudleys actually made my number. They were number 5 on my list. Ori and Hadar, did you have the Dudleys on your guys' list?
Yeah.
Okay. What is it about the Dudleys, Ori?
Just like again, they made history with Edge and Christian and the Hardys, and they were very entertaining, and like you could see the different styles that they could do, whether it's like the ECW type of wrestling, or they could be very sports entertaining, or like they could have they have their serious moments and their funny moments, and they were very versatile in what they did, and they know exactly what they are and the roles they're playing, and the versatility throughout their career, from the Dudley Boys to Bully Ray to Reverend Devon. So both wrestlers know exactly what they're doing in the ring.
Hadar, what is a Dudley moment that stands out for you that puts them on your list?
It has to be Mae Young, right?
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God bless Mae Young.
Yes. What a moment.
Yeah. She's a trooper. She's tough.
Yo.
Mae Young.
She makes the list for the Dudleys, but maybe not for what was it? The pregnancy. The Mark Henry moment.
Oh, don't. Let's not go.
We already went there.
Dropped us down.
Mark Henry.
Yeah.
And he grows up to a bigger hand.
Yes. Some things have never been explained, and I don't think we need explanations for some things either.
Me too.
I think we're at Tony Twist for his next pick.
What number are we at? 6,
We
right?
are 6, yes.
supposed to be at 6. Yes.
Oh, we're at 3.
I had the Bucks at 6.
You had the Young Bucks at 6. Okay. DMC, you're 6.
Doom.
Ron Simmons and Butch Reed.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay. Underrated.
I think they're definitely underrated.
The best tag team containing Ron Simmons ever.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I put that over APA all day.
Even the APA.
I put it over APA all day. I put it over the Acolytes. I'm a Ministry of Darkness Mizark, and I still put that over the Acolytes. There's something about them and Teddy Long, bro. They just went out there, and once you seen them, you knew they were coming out to kick ass. And there was just certain tag teams that was just their trademark, and that was what they were. And they were solid to their character from beginning to end. Even from the very beginning when they were cartoony and he had them all like masked up and had them all like conquistador looking weird shit. Then he eventually had them all off take the mask off and stuff. And then they did the little heel turn with like Butch Reed going into it with Farouk on his way out. Like that was all of that stuff was really telling. So yeah, I got them on my top 10 for Shizzo.
Okay, Doom definitely. Yeah.
All right.
I love the pick. I think Fabu. What's your next pick?
Too Cool.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
With Rikishi.
With Rikishi, okay. And the reason
is it too cool or is it too much?
Too cool.
It's too
cool.
cool.
Is with Rikishi too much.
They knew what they were doing. Too Cool went out there and they knew how to turn it up.
Turn it up.
They knew how to wrestle, and Scotty Too Hottie is the reason I can do the worm.
Oh, okay. So definitely
The reason
something
a
for.
lot of us can do the worm.
We must, yeah.
He might be the only reason why everybody can do the worm.
Yeah.
DMC
What
can't do the
reason
worm.
do you need?
I cannot do the worm.
You can't do the worm, DMC.
No.
Whoa.
Straight up.
Okay.
It's not pretty.
Do the caterpillar.
All right, so it's when you have a broken coccyx, your life kind of limits. So
Okay. So no fancy worms coming out of Task Force unless it's Mikey doing
Mikey
the
might
worm.
bust one out.
I was gonna say.
Out there.
Don't
bust
tempt
that
me.
worm out,
Don't
Mikey.
tempt me.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's
We said the W word. Damn it.
All right, VHS, what do you got?
I already skipped 6 for DX, so I think
Okay.
we talk about.
All right, Hadar.
Again, in no particular order, but I do have a controversial take on the tag team that I wanted to mention.
Let's do it.
Every constellation, it's not controversial. It's just like, I think it's forgotten, but every constellation of the Undisputed Era, so Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong, their tag matches at NXT, even though it's a very, especially when you look at this list and the names we've mentioned, it's a very like short period of time that they got to do it. But God, that like made me want to do tag team wrestling because they just ran circles around everyone they wrestled with, and it was just such a like impressive thing to watch. And I love that work. Well, all three at any constellation.
That's a great pick, and that's what makes the list so interesting from some of us that all grew up in different time periods and stuff like that. And yeah, definitely they brought a lot of energy to NXT at the time, and definitely a great pick. Ori, what do you got?
Again, not in order. I'm gonna go with the Usos.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the Usos. Again, their career was is so long, and from where they started with Tamina, that came out of nowhere to basically zero reaction, to being the first tag team that main events WrestleMania after WrestleMania 1. That is an accomplishment, and their storyline with the Bloodline, of course, that's still going on, is hard to beat. Their tag work, obviously, they know each other for their whole lives, so their chemistry and their movement together is 0 to none.
Okay. Did anybody else have the Usos?
Number 2.
Yeah.
Oh, number 2 for Mikey. Okay.
It's higher for me.
Okay.
Oh, was that Tony?
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
Hadar.
Nope. Oh, Hadar had the Usos. Okay, no, Mikey. What? Okay, so you have the Usos at number 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, longest reigning tag team champions of all time. And then just on top of it, to Ori's point again, the way they've evolved over the years from nothing to what they are now, it's amazing. Even as singles competitors, they're doing great on their own. Of course, with them, it's only a matter of time before they're back together again, and it's going to be amazing again.
I think they're the only tag on this list that have like had so many different incarnations, and they are like very evolving, which is kind of like a thing I guess not as many tag teams do. They have so many different stages of their career, and their characters is like very set to each one of those periods of time. So that's something I like about them.
So the Usos definitely making a statement permanently in tag team history then for a lot of you guys then.
Absolutely.
Okay. Sam C, what do you got?
I would probably say Booker T and Goldust.
They were so close to being on my list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only because like it's like the character wise it's very funny, especially when Goldust tried to get Booker T to join forth at I think it was 7-Eleven. Like it was just very cheesy and just hilarious. I mean, especially with them two and The Rock, and it was just phenomenal.
Again, it's something that you look at, and I'm sure when it was pitched, it's like, okay, are we really going there with this? And then like magic kind of comes from it.
Right.
Okay. Let's go with Tony Twist. What do you got?
We're at number 5. I got the Road Warriors.
Okay.
They won a tag title in every major promotion that was active at the time.
Hawk and Animal. Anybody else have the Road Warriors on your guys' list?
Yeah. No particular order.
Honorable mention.
Honorable mention for me as well.
Okay, Mikey, an honorable mention for the Road Warriors.
I mean, they're one of the greatest tag teams of all time. At one point, I would have them in my top 10, but
okay,
times change. That's all.
Okay. And Hadar, you said you had them on your list.
Yeah, just honestly because I probably haven't gone deep enough to study them, so I felt like it will be not true to myself to put them high up on the list just because it's known how good they are. But I've still got my my tape study to do on them.
Okay. See, this was shows that we all grew up during a different time period, because for me, the Road Warriors are my number 1 on my list, because that was the generation I painted my face with my dad for Halloween. We went as the Road Warriors one year because they were so freaking cool. Like, again, my favorite, I think it has something to do with the face paint, with Sting being my favorite, singles wrestler. But for me, the Road Warriors are my favorite tag team of all time. I just thought the music, the entrance, the spikes, especially their NWA and AWA work for me stands out more than their WWF work. Yeah, that's really where I became a fan of theirs, was during that time period. And of course, they did good stuff in WWF. Unfortunately, like towards the end of their career, it was a shell of themselves, unfortunately. But I mean, definitely Hawk and Animal for me is number 1 on my list.
All right.
Hadar.
Yes, sir.
We are up to you, sir.
The New Day.
Okay.
I think, damn, I don't know. They're just like, their work speaks for itself. They're like one of the hottest acts in the past over a decade now in WWE, and they've just, I think, in a time where tag team wrestling was like severely overlooked in WWE especially, they just like they were undeniable. They made them put the focus back on it because they were just so damn entertaining, and also their work is great. But it all started because of just how entertaining they was. So.
The New Day. I'm sure. Do any of you other guys have the New Day on your guys' list?
Number 3.
So Mikey has
honorable mention.
Yeah, Mikey number 3. Ori again. What about the New Day?
Again, like Hadar said, their entertainment value of the tag team is undeniable. Their work, especially like when they first started, they wanted to they started as a baby face, but the crowd didn't like it, so they just rolled with it and said, "Okay, let's just be the bad guys." And they became so obnoxious, and nobody liked them to the point everyone started liking them. And they knew how to turn the crowd around, and they know how to control the crowd and their characters and their gear and their presentation and everything about the New Day. They're so entertaining. They're so good. They proved that they can be in the opener spot, in the popcorn match, in the semi-main, or in the main event. Every single one of them, and they can deliver in every single spot.
Okay, and Mikey, you said they were number 3 on your list.
Yeah, they were just a big entertainment value alone. Gear design, the colors, like everything about them is what I loved about the New Day, to the point that it still inspires me today. And then just I feel like just perfect example for me, that was a huge inspiration, just coming back to wrestling from in October, and then a few months later Task Force wrestled Better Together, and that was like, I feel like a lot of our match that match was very heavily like goofy in that sense, that I would have put that there as that kind of match where we're so goofy, and then you do that in the beginning, and then you can still be taken seriously in the tail end of your match, which is what I love about the New Day.
Okay. Eddie Valentine says, no, they were great tag teams at that time. I think he was talking about the Road Warriors. Every tag team should respect what the Road Warriors did for tag team wrestling. His next 2 comments are going to lead me into my next pick, because he says Simmons versus Vader was fire, which of course is just a tremendous pop that's hard to recreate at that time when Ron Simmons wins.
Well, my favorite tag team used to be
history maker,
the Night Riders, but he messed it all up.
Yeah.
The Night Riders were in all of our top 10 until he turned on Joe Garcia. What the heck?
He dares criticizing our team, our picks of best teams in the world. No.
Well, to lead me to my number 5, I have actually the APA in my number 5 with Ron Simmons and Bradshaw. Just, it was cool, right? It was something different that they did with the whole protection agency and being able to be hired to come out and beat the crap out of people. And not only did they not have to be hired, but they could just beat the crap out of people, when they were tagging together. And just from the entrance to the music to their brutality, the APA gets a number 5 spot on my list. Do any of you guys have APA? No. So only Ron Simmons and that makes DMC's list with Butch Reed then. Okay. Mikey.
So you guys have said every single one of my teams except for one. I have one team left.
Oh no, you're gonna say it. I
No,
I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna wait because we're at number 5, right?
Yeah. Okay. So we'll go to Tony Twist.
Number 5. The only one left for me is number 4, so you can skip me at 5. I had Freebirds.
Okay. So Tony Twist.
I just did 5, and my number 4 was Miracle Violence with Dr. Death and Gordy.
Okay. So yeah, which we talked
I
about.
love your team, Tony. Your list.
Okay. Fabu.
The Steiners at number 4.
Okay.
And he just said my number 4.
Oh.
I had number 3.
Well, that's okay. He said my number 3, so it's okay.
Yeah, I had number 3 too.
It was a very. When it came to Steiners and New Day, it was very hard to decide 4 and 3.
Okay. So let's go to Fabu first about the Steiners.
They were hard hitting. They were innovative. They were badass. Who didn't want to be like Scott Steiner?
Look at all the moves he invented.
Look at those
Right.
muscles.
I remember the first time I saw him do the Frankensteiner, and it was like a freak of nature doing a Frankensteiner in the ring.
Oh yeah, it wasn't no Hurricane Rana.
It was Frankenstein.
No. Yeah.
That dude dropped people on their head for sure. Yes. Okay.
Steiner recliner, Steiner line.
The moonsault fall away slam.
That's what I was trying to think of, but I couldn't. I don't know.
Yeah.
Tony, are they also on your list?
I have him at 3.
At number 3. Okay. So what was it about the Steiners for you? Anything else that you want to touch on that Fabu didn't say?
Nah, they're just a kick-ass tag team. They just smashed everybody.
So when Scott turned on Rick, what were your thoughts?
I don't know. I was like a small child.
Okay.
So I don't remember that.
All right. VHS.
I already got 5 for Harlem Heat. For 4, it would be Edge and Christian.
Okay, so you've got Edge and Christian as well too. Hadar. Anybody else on your list that we have not mentioned? So Mikey, we've hit everybody on your list.
Yep, I'm done.
Okay, Tony, you still have some names on your list?
Yeah.
Okay. Fabu, you as well?
Yeah.
Okay. And VHS,
Got
do you
one
have
more.
names? Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay. So Hadar, who else do you have?
Oh no, he's gonna eliminate both of us.
FDR, obviously.
Who was it?
FDR, the revival.
Oh, okay. FTR. Okay.
Mm-hmm. You want
I'm
me to
kinda
start talking about it? Because they're my number one.
Yeah. I was kind of surprised that a lot of people didn't bring up FTR in their top 10.
They're
Yeah.
top 20.
I was saving it.
You were saving it. And Ori, I'm sure are they in your top as well too?
Yep. That
Okay.
basically kills my list because FTR, in my opinion, are especially now like working baby faces, and the revival at NXT are the epitome of tag wrestling, especially in modern days. And they bring the Midnight Express and Brainbuster attitude as heels to modern wrestling, and they bring the Rock and Roll Express as when they work baby faces, and their psychology is top notch. Their in-ring work top notch. Like they can do the 5-minute matches, they can do the 12-minute matches, they can do the 30-minute matches, and they can do an hour matches, and it will be entertaining. It will be different. Their promos and their intensity, and yeah, they're the freaking best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sam C, do you have anybody else left on your list?
I would say the Hollywood Blonde.
So you're going Brian Pillman and Stone Cold and Steve Austin then?
Yeah.
Okay. What makes them on your list?
It's just they're very cocky, arrogant, and it just fits so well, especially with both of them having blonde hair. So it was just amazing to watch and study.
I used to get very annoyed by them. They used to, for a good reason, when they would just roll the video cameras and the thing, and I was like, man, I hate these guys. But they were doing what they were supposed to be doing now.
Supposed to hate them.
You were supposed exactly, and I'm like, I hate these guys. All right, Fabu. I know you said you had 2 more.
Well, technically we mentioned one, but I'll save that because that's my number 1.
Okay.
My number 3 is Briscoes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's my number 1.
Good pick. Good.
That's your number 1. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is it about the Briscoes, Fabu?
They were fantastic. They were hard hitting. They're high flying. They did a lot of great stuff in Japan before a lot of people even saw them in Ring of Honor and knew who they were.
And Tony, what about you?
I mean, same thing. They smash you up, or they can do the high flying moves. They also have entertainment value in their promos. Nobody's gonna sit there and say the Briscoes aren't entertaining in their promos.
Right.
They were the cornerstone for Ring of Honor for 15, 20 years. They probably should have been in a bigger company than Ring of Honor, but some things kept them out of it.
Right.
To me, they are tag team wrestling. They're the best tag team of the last 20 years for sure.
Wow. And they're number 1 on your list, Tony.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, that's a great list. Does anybody else have anybody else, or did we get everybody?
I
think I got like 3
These
more.
are number 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to VHS next.
Third one, I think, is Steiner Brothers, because that was his tag team. But for Scott Steiner, man, yeah, it's like he brings out the cruiserweights of the moves like before you even come up. I'm surprised that nobody even folks don't give credit that for all those moves that bring up what we have right now. And for one of my top 10 favorite matches is with them versus Sting and Luger. That was a classic one.
Okay, Mikey, you're not living in the Matrix right now.
Did we literally just have an entire conversation about the Steiner Brothers?
We can do it again.
He needed
Old retro motherfucker.
They get,
And
they get
everything
two.
you
They're so
mentioned, we
good.
mentioned except for the Luger match.
Yeah, I think Mikey and Ori's face. If we go back and look at the replay, it's exactly the same thing going on at the same time.
Oh man, that was fun.
All right, is there Febu? You said you had one more.
I have at my number one, Kane and Undertaker.
All right.
For obvious reasons. I don't need to mention anything else about that. Don't ask stupid questions. I won't answer them.
Okay, we're gonna go. I won't. VHS. Did you have anybody else who we didn't talk about?
Two we already got. Yeah, two we got Dudley's, and number one is Hardy Boys.
Okay, so we hit everybody's list. Okay, excellent. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your tag team, influences and love for tag team wrestling. Again, like I invited all you guys on because I love your guys' work. I'm all fans of all four of you tag teams, even DMC, who is back watching the Olympics, I'm sure, right now. So, Mike, I don't know how you hold it all together, but you make task force work now.
Korea won. He just couldn't contain his excitement.
Yes. You had to go celebrate. It's all good. It's all good. Well, Mikey, what cool stuff do you have coming up, and where can people follow you at?
So you can follow me at Mikey Spandex 1992. Facebook's just for friends and wrestling friends, so don't even bother. And then that's it. And then exciting things coming up. USWA at the end of this week, so Saturday, I'm in a street fight. And then we got the Crown at CCW on August 17th, the Establishment August 18th. I got Mayhem on Mills August 25th. It's a busy month for sure, and it's a good thing. So yeah, that's my thing. And Sam C sucks.
Yeah.
Tony Twist, what stuff you got going on, and where can people follow you at?
You can follow me at Tony.Donati on Instagram. The only place to see me and Fabu tag team currently is at CCW. We're on every CCW show coming up, except the 17th, because I'll be in Mexico City wrestling, headlining the SCW event.
Sweet. Oh, congratulations. That's awesome. All right. And Fabu?
I am Fabu Andre, the monarch of manliness. You know where to find me, and if you don't, you better figure out where to catch me. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok.
Yeah. Butterfly Fields.
Butterfly Fields.
Don't be coming out to my fields.
Kevin.
That was a stage ground stake.
Let me ask Fabu and Tony while we have you here. I saw you guys cut a promo this week at CCW that you might be recruiting for the Heavenly Butterflies.
We're always taking applications. Do you want one?
Of course I do.
Fabu Andre. It's $100 application fee.
$100 application. Non-refundable. Shit.
No.
Okay. I'm gonna have to talk to my financial chief about that because I'm probably gonna fail. VHS. What do you got going on?
Right now, you can follow me on IG, VHS Advice. Facebook, you can follow me on my page, and I'm from YouTube. I'm bringing back reviewing retro games, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. So I'm bringing that back around that, and also you can see with Sammy C. You always post about our own stuff and whatnot, so you catch up with him what I'm doing. So in the meantime, stay tuned to the next episode.
All right, and Sam C., what do you got going on?
Pretty sure. Well, I know for a fact the rewind would be for Fight the World next month on Friday and on Saturday. Friday will be Salt Lake City, and Saturday will be Orlando. So, you can follow me on Instagram, Will Samuel C. So, yeah.
All right, and Hadar.
Just ask Ori.
Ori, what do we got going on?
We got a lot going on.
Hadar doesn't like to talk too much.
Yeah, he's probably
I
tired.
just know he has the whole spiel ready. So
okay, so we'll let Ori handle it all.
So you can catch me at Ori Gold 16 on X and Instagram. You can catch him, Hadar Horvitz, on Instagram. Better Together all over We're very tired, but we're gonna be this Friday at Kissimmee, this Saturday at Beaufort, Georgia. Next week we're gonna be at Port Richey, and we're gonna be at I don't even remember. We have Mayhem on Mills coming up.
Too.
We have Savannah, Georgia. We have trips to the West Coast coming up soon. Up north, a lot of stuff going on for Better Together. Best tag team in this room.
What? Rewind back.
Oh,
You're in your own room.
Yeah, that is all, because
Went
nobody's
there.
better than Better Together. We can cut the feed right now.
okay.
Sure.
Well, gentlemen, thank you all for your time, guys. Make sure you're following Task Force, the Heavenly Butterflies, Rewind Society, and of course, the power of friendship brings everybody together. We're better together. So, guys, thank you all so much for your time. And for those all watching on demand, thank you guys for checking this out. And guys, if you haven't already, guys, there you go. Make sure you hit that red subscribe button so you can say tune in here to Tone In Entertainment for future videos.
Subscribe to the channel. Do it. Go now. Do it now.
Are we still live?